Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. It's Monday the 6th of February, people. We've got new mods, we've got some updates. The Fiat Alice AD9 by Pepe978, the MAN TGX 26640 box pack by TB Simulationen, the Lizard GD4HS pack by JensM, the Lizard TARDIS XL by Omatana. That's had a tank added, a little tanker thing, and also the pickup width on the loading wagon's been extended to 4 meters on that. And the mobile utilities by Jonas have all had updates. So I'm going to start here with this. This is the concrete weight pack by Grubby. 4.29 megabytes download. 2 slots each, no options on these or whatsoever. You've got the smaller one, 350 kilo, 820 kilo, or a 3,400 kilo. We'll go and have a look. Simply because of prices, which people may or may not be interested to know. So weights: 400 for the smaller, 500 for the next, and 800 for the third one. And the slot counts come down to 1 on each of those. They look really good, actually. They look like concrete. It's a nice looking mod. Next to that, and I'm going to look in here first, we've got the weight 1000 kilo, that one there, by STv-Modding. 2.05 megabytes download, 2 slots on console, 2,150 to buy. We got the option of main color, anything on that palette, which does the main block. Design color does the filling, the inside, whatever you want to call it. That section there. Actually, one of these, which one was it I did? Was it that? Yeah, it gave me like a checker plate. I don't think the others, but that one definitely did, which was interesting. Then we've got design color, does the chain on the top. And then the next design color doesn't do the lettering, but it does all the rest of it. Let's go for something else like blue. There we go. And the pin hitch and the 2 supports in the front will still allow you to hook up a 3-point link. I've just got that as a random, it doesn't matter what it is, but anyway. So the weight we can hook up, and you can still hook 3-point link things to it. Well, the thing being though, if in reality, if it requires a PTO to run, it shouldn't, but it will hook up to that. As you can see, the PTO won't attach. It will unfold, and it will turn on, but obviously, you know, just to show that a 3-point link mounted piece of equipment will attach to it. Or on the front, or wherever you want to put it. So there we go. That's the weight 1000 kilos. So that was those ones by Grubby, this one by STv-Modding. Moving on from there, we have these white lines by Andi Modding, 0.04 megabytes download, 2 slots each for these. These can be placed down. There is a thin and a thick of each one, and they can be placed at any intervals you want, any spacings you want. So if you want to mark out parking bays or anything else you want to use white lines for, you can. However, there are a couple of things you need to be aware of. One, your ground needs to be incredibly level and flat, because placing that one, the ground wasn't level and it kind of disappeared into the ground. 2, I can't demolish them. So if you put them down and you've made a mistake, you may be stuck with them. We'll find them first under build mode and decoration, under others. So we have got the line 1, 0.1 wide, line 1, 0.15 wide. That's these here. We've then got 2, 0.1. and 2, 0.15, and then we've got a 4, 0.1, and 4, 0.15. If I go now up to demolish, watch it work now. It says the top left, controls, remove. I'm clicking X, and nothing's happening. So just be aware of that. You can, like I said, you can place them. And if you want to mark out parking bays, they work really well, providing the ground's flat. Place them as far apart as you want. If you want nice big wide bays or really narrow ones or whatever you want to do, it's entirely up to you. Let's try and remove that this time. See what happens. No, can't get rid of them. So just be aware of that. That may change in an update, I don't know. But that's by Andi Modding. Next we've got this. MISSYB's been added again. This is actually, I like the idea behind this. This is the mixing mill by MISSYB. 5.75 megabytes download, 17 slots on console, and 150 grand to buy. This thing you can mix up pretty much anything needed for animals. Apart from mineral feed, that's an interesting one. Mineral feed you can't, but nicely decorated, nicely textured. I like the rust on the tanks and stuff like that. It looks very, very good. You'll find it in the build mode under productions. Now, in the end there, slot count will come down to 1 from 17, but I said 150 grand to buy. Putting in is done here. Taking out is done there under the spout. If we go to our managed production, you will see we can make total mix ration, but look at the recipe. 3,600 cycles per month, but having 25,000, 12,000, 9,000, and then the mineral feed, and that to give you 46,000 out. The processing speed of that's going to be insane. So I'm going to turn that on now. Each one to the right hand side will hold 500,000 litres. I tested a few as I went down the list, and down the bottom I think I did 500,000 some of them. The rest I just put in a full load of the trailer I had, but I haven't filled everything up. You'll see as we go. But we've got pig food recipe there, wheat, barley and oat. That's a fantastic recipe. It doesn't require any nonsense, but you know what I mean? So I'll turn that on. This one's potato, sugar beet, corn and chaff, if you want to do that one. Canola, soybean, sunflower. So you've got a real mixture of things depending on what crops you're growing. The hay dryer, you lose a little bit, but it's not too bad. It's not a one-to-one. You lose a tiny little bit. Grass to hay, I'll turn that on. The silage fermenter, same thing. You lose a little bit fermenting, but that does chaff to silage. Then the bio dryer is where things get interesting. Slurry, manure, and digestate. But look at the recipes though, because you generally get a lot of silage and slurry, and if you're doing the biogas plant you get a lot of digestate as a byproduct coming out at the end. You can put it on your field as it is, but with this recipe 3.25 to 3 you don't lose hardly anything in the transfer in the process. 4 to 3.75 and 3.25 to 3. So I have to say, I'll turn those on as well, they're really good recipes for making solid fertilizer, and you get through less solid fertilizer, I think personally, than you do with your silage and digestate and manure for that matter. So we go down to here. We've already got 88,000 litres of total mix ration made. Boom. Pig food's a little bit slower going. I have got some of these in already. That's why hay and silage I've got in here already. But the total mix ration is insanely fast. Solid fertilizer though, I suppose because it's on 3s. Slurry, manure, digestate. That's going incredibly slowly. Considering all the others are going really fast, those don't appear to be moving. That's odd. Turn those off again. We've got 1 litre it's saying down there at the moment. They're not very high on the recipes, but the processing speed 360. I don't know, but anyway, even if it takes a while, it's still a good recipe. I in all honesty, I think personally, but that's pretty cool. There you go. That's your mixing mill by MISSYB. Next, we've got this, nicely detailed. This is a sell point. This is for wood chips. This is the wood chip sell station by BKMods. 3.9 megabytes download, 21 slots on console, and 10,000 to buy. It does exactly what it says in the tin. You place it, and you can sell your wood chips here. Doesn't process anything, doesn't do anything like that. I'm just looking actually to see, do we have a light switch here? Can I open and close that? I don't think there's a light switch. Let's have a look. I'm assuming the lighting's going to be automatic. Can't see one. Under build mode, under production, under selling points, out on the end there, 10 grand. And if we go in from here and we check on our pricing for wood chips, as it stands at the moment on this particular map, I've got it on normal economy. Compared to the Sell Everything, which is those two there, the wood chip sell station, it's up. Sawmill South on this map pays a little bit more at the moment, but yeah, it's not a bad price. A little bit above average maybe. So that's a wood chip sell station by BKMods. Next we've got these, and I have to remember I've written a note at the bottom of my notes in big capital letters to speed up time to the end. Placeable glowing symbols pack by JMZ. no, wrong one. 5.68 megabytes download. 2 slots each for the first one of each you put down, and they cost 100 for each letter. It gives you a nice spacing because it won't let you place too close, unless of course you turn off the placing thing. We've got letters, we've got numbers, and we've got, is it a question mark? There's no exclamation mark. But under build mode, along to decoration, others, you probably saw the A as we were there. So we go through each one, and then I'm sure it was a question mark. W, X, Y, Z. Yeah, we've got a plus, then a 1 through 9 and a 0 on there as well. So you can, yeah, you can make up little signs, put stuff down if it's for thumbnails or, I don't know, whatever you want to do. It's entirely up to you. You can propose to your wife or fiance using it, I don't know. It is a thing. We can rotate them when we place them. Like I say, it won't let you place too close. It will give you a nice spacing if you get it just right. But you can turn that off as well. Toggle the free mode off, so you can go right up close if you want to get them even closer. It's entirely up to you. MISSYB. Anyway, at the end, if I remember when I get to the bottom of the list, I will speed up time. These should be glowing. We'll see those at the end. That's the Placeable glowing symbols pack by JensM. Next, we have got this. This is the Medium Garage by Tomeczek. I think it's Tomeczek. 12.5 megabytes download, 8 slots on console, 35,000 to buy. You find it under build mode and sheds. Just there, slot count will come down to 1. There's no lighting in this at all, so there's no light switch to find, which is quite nice. Another nicely textured building, nice looking building. I like the level of detail with the wood grain, but also the kind of little bit of sort of green algae moss kind of formation on it. There's a little bit more over there as when we go in, but nice sound of X2 on the inside as well. And that's really great. Nice detailing on the interior as well. 2 drive-through doors. The third one this side isn't a drive-through, it's a separate single. We've got a doorway that comes into here, and you can see it as well in here, sort of almost like damp patches, mould maybe, but yeah, I like that. Very cool. Open the gates, head back out again. Slightly narrower door this side, but you might want that for smaller vehicles, mowers, don't know, whatever you want to put in there. It's entirely up to you. That's the Medium Garage by Tomeczek. Moving on from there, we've got these. This is the multi-blade. This is by HoFFi, 3.5 megabytes download, 4 slots for the first one, and we've got a few different options on here. If you have got the Platinum DLC installed, or the Platinum Edition, you can have a winch on this if you want the winch. If you don't have that installed, you don't have to have the winch anyway, but if you haven't got it installed, you won't get the winch option. Now, there's one thing on this that I couldn't find, and it could just be me. It has happened before. It does say Earth Ripper, controllable via mouse and acts as a cultivator. Now, obviously on console we don't have a mouse option, but I haven't had an option. I couldn't find an option for using it as a cultivator. That being said, we've got a standard one. There's the extra wide one here. There's a whole load of different options. We've got lighting on here within a cage as well. This will push stuff. It will level silage clamps. We've got this one's got a little log fork bit on it as well, included obviously with the winch as well. I think that works really well. Let's drag that out and hook it pretty much in the middle there. Attach tree to winch. I should be able to winch that back in. If I turn the vehicle around, it'll work a little bit better. So what we'll do, hop in, start it up. So I should be able to open up those like that. Haven't got lights on this one. If I straighten up a little bit, that should make life a little bit easier. Drop that right to the ground. We're about to find out. Bring that into the middle. There we go, still better. And hopefully we should be able to close that around it, maybe. Doesn't still want to grab it, does it? Tilt it that way, that might work a little bit better. So you can use it for that. Probably didn't demonstrate it as well as I could have done. And then this one for silage clamp leveling, that kind of stuff. The other one has got an option on it as well, but I'll show it in a second. But if you've got the lighting option, got double lights on there. We can unfold, which puts the sides back that way, if you want. And we raise it up like this, we can turn it into a vampire blade. L1, R1, and right stick side to side. Does that. So that's what I'm thinking it's talking about. If I go L1, R1, L1, R1, there's no option for create fields or turn on cultivator or anything like that. It just seems to hit the floor and stop, so I don't know. Like I say, that may just be a PC thing. It's weird that we've got the option to raise and lower them, that they're on there, unless I'm missing something really obvious, which that is, of course, entirely possible. So, let's look at the options for this. You will find it under Tools and Miscellaneous. Just there, 5,860 for the base model. We've got Standard, Folding Mechanism, that was the wide one, or Log Fork. If we go for the folding mechanism one first, so extension puts the bit on the top. You can have that with a frame and grid or not. You've got winch option. If you've got the Platinum DLC, you can have the winch option, yes or no. Edge puts the edge on the front there. You can have a straight edge, a serrated edge, or a rock edge. Then you've got pinks. This has the reinforcement sections in. Also a little bit of extra grip and grab, yes or no. Lights, yes or no. Warning stripes, you can have red and white or black and yellow. I suppose just more for farming, maybe construction, doesn't matter, it's entirely up to you what you want to do. Attach type on the back, you've got 3-point link. You can have front loader or wheel loader. There's no telehandler option, but there's a few different, with the CSZ pack, you've got options for different attachers, so you can mix up things if you want to. We've got the main colour option, anything on this palette, which does the main blade, like that. The pinks colour does those sections. I'll probably do a colour that stands out a bit more, maybe. There we go. So the edges and those pinks that we put on, I've done it in pink, that was a bit weird. Then the blade itself on the fronts, like that. Extension colour is the top section. And then got a license plate option on there as well, if you want. If we go to that and go back only, there you go. So you can have a license plate on it if you want to as well. Those are the options. Like I said, I couldn't work out, I don't know, maybe there is. I looked under, actually I'm going to double check this. I did look under cultivators. I looked under disc harrows, because I thought maybe if it says there's a cultivator option, maybe it's under there. I looked under levelers, it wasn't there either. So yeah, I'm not too sure whether it's just under one of the options I haven't chosen, or it's a PC only thing, possibly. But anyway, that's the multi-blade by HoFFi. Next, we've got this, which I actually think is rather cool. This is the Lizard Prima 5 by Jonas. 0.92 megabytes download, 2 slots on console. This is an 8-litre tank. I think you can do fertilizer or herbicide. I've got herbicide in it. If you're running precision farming, which I'm doing on my new Let's Play, and you want to do spot application of herbicide to get rid of weeds, if you've got a small patch or something like that, this could work really well. You'll find it. Where did I find it? It was under sprayers, just there. We go across, there you go, 250, that's all. Like I say, it's only an 8-litre tank, it's not for massive areas. Yeah, you can do fertilising as well. If you've got a little patch you've missed or something like that, you can use it for that. That's what it looks like, no options available, it comes just like that. But we enter it like a vehicle, like so. We have got the option, start the engine first. We can raise and lower the nozzle a little bit, depending on how you want to apply it, it's entirely up to you. We can drive forwards, we can drive backwards, we can put cruise control on. Now I haven't got weeds on this map, but when you are ready to apply, turn on your sprayer, go to your next spot. When you find a couple of weeds, turn on the sprayer. I like it, I think it's a brilliant idea. It looks really good as well. It's a pretty cool animation. It's a little bit like the same animations for some of those, the hand mowers, the strimmers and those kind of things. But something a bit different, isn't it? I always like it when there's something a little bit different. You can unload. Whoa! There's only going to be 8 litres in that, but we've unloaded. That's pretty amazing. I can refill from it again. There you go, to get rid of it if I want to. Stop engine, and then we exit the vehicle. There we go. Cool! The Lizard Prima 5 by Jonas. Next, we've got this. This is the Lizard 28-foot timber trailer. This is by JensM, 6.93 megabytes download, 5 slots on console. Haven't got it hooked up to anything because it's a timber trailer. There's the straps you can do manually or from in cab. We'll have a look at the options in just a second. So under forestry equipment, just there, 16 grand is what you'll pay for it. The slot count will come down from 5 to 1. We have got the option of Michelin, Trelleborg, Nokian, Friedrichstein, back to Michelin. No options within those. We've got no wall. We've got a mesh sort of cage, solid wall with angled tops, solid wall squared off, and back to no wall again. I think I went for that. You've got without timber stakes. Hang on. Without timber stakes, you've got 6 5-foot timber stakes, 6 6-foot 5-foot timber stakes, 8 5-foot, 8 6.5 foot, or back off again. I think I went for that. But again, your choice. Decals, no. You have black, white, or off. Main colour, anything on that palette. And a license plate option on there too. There we go. That's the Lizard 28-foot timber trailer by JensM. Next, we've got these. It's actually quite cool. This is the Lizard P935 pack by BlendArt, Kolchozník Junior, TT Czech Modding, and AgroSketch. 42.93 megabytes download. There are a whole load of options. One you probably just saw was next to the timber one. So the first one we'll have a look at is the timber trailer. We've then got under trailers a selection of different options. We've got an option this size, going from there to there, 5,500 litres. Then if you had that extra wooden bit on, it takes up to 8,200. If you had the double section on, it takes up to 11,400. We've then got an option you can have with an auger as well. There's cover options. Then we've got silage, sort of bin silage options. There's 23,400 and 23,900, I think it was. Nicely made, nicely detailed. You have got the option for trailer hitches. As you can see, I brought them all out together, so you can hook either similar ones together, or as I've done here, have a whole range of them you'll bring out as you bring them out. So like I said, the first one is just there. That's interesting. The P9, did I say P935? The P93S pack. That's what I meant to say. So 3,343. Some of the options will be the same on the other model as well, which we'll see. We've got Mitas, Continental, Michelin, Nokian, Friedrichstein, back to Mitas. Mitas, we've got narrow and we've got a wide. Under Continental, we've got a narrow and a wide. I think it's the same on all of them. Michelin, no options, but you get that tyre choice. Nokian, no options, that tyre choice. Friedrichstein, that one, back to there. You've got, this is the same on all of them. You've got with light cover. This is just a surround or without. On the back, let's add that. Aprons on the back, you've got original, new narrow, new wide. That's the same in all of them. Attachers, plus trailer hitch or not. Then you've got hub colour, does the hub in the middle. There's some silver and a stainless steel option, or you can go for a coloured hub if you want to. Frame colour does the chassis. This is the same on the other ones as well. Now, this is where things will change a little bit. Body colour, let's go with something that stands out. There we go. In this one, it does that. Then we've got a rim colour option. It's on silver at the moment, but you can change the rims as well, and a license plate option on the forest version. If we come out of there and we go to our trailers, there you'll find the trailer version, 3,343. Slot count on this one is, the forestry one was 9, this one's 13, which will come down to 1, as you can see. So the options then on capacity, as we spoke about, 5,500 with the wood boards, 8,200, 11,400 like that. With the auger is only available on the 11,400. Then we got the silage cage, 23,400. Open at one side, 23,900. Open at the other side, 23,900. Then there's a bale trailer option that has straps back to that capacity. Now what we're going to do is try a couple of different options here because there's a few as we go down. The options for wheel, brand and tyres is exactly the same. Same with the back light covers, the aprons, all the stuff we just looked at the other one. Difference on this one, we've got marker lights, and this is the front here. We've got bottom position and upper position. That's on the front, just raises those up and out of the way if you want them out of the way. Sidewalls, we can have wood or metal. Decals, base and warning, which is warning triangle on the back. Base and side decal, which puts lids on there, or all three if you want them. Number, we can have, I think it's number at the front. We've got 1 through to 12. If you're going to, I suppose if you're doing sugarcane work or something like that, you could have an absolute load of these, couldn't you? Attachments on the back is the same. Hub colour is the same. Frame colour, body colour. Now, body colour, we can change anything on that palette. Does that. Cage and auger colour. So if you've gone for the auger, in this case we've got the cage, that will change those colours. Probably should have picked something that's a little bit different. Let's go with that. Wire and cover colour. So in this case we've got wire. If I change that to green, you can just about see the green tint on there. If we go for one with the cover option, it changes the covers that colour. We'll have a look at that in just a second. Rim colour is the same as the last one, and license plate. So if I go back up here and we change this from, where are we, capacity down to same one with the auger. As you can see, the auger colour is the colour we chose. If we then go for, if you have one like this, you've got the option with the chain, yes or no, and then we got a cover option. Where's the cover option gone? Cover, yes or no. As you can see, depending on what options you've gone for there, so it was the wire, but on this one, it's the cover, will change that colour, and the cage or auger will change that colour. So those are the options on those trailers. What we'll do now is I'll hook up to the first one. This has got, I'm not detaching it in any state, I do apologise. Let's do that. Yeah, what am I doing here? Right, let's detach that. It takes a little while to detach. When you press detach, there we go. It takes a little while for it to go. Lights will be the same on all of them. Indicators on there as well. But this one you can do the straps from inside. With most log trailers you can do the same. It's nicely detailed. There's a very high level of detail in here. And when we detach from this, that's interesting. That did that. It's winding that away. Now the next two trailers we've got the option of different tip sides. With the auger you've got tip side auger, left or right. With this smaller one we've got tip side left or right. I think the first one we've got on the left. If I've got it lined up properly. There we go. What we'll do is we'll detach that. Like I said, it takes a little bit of time. Cover open and closed. Tip side right, tip side left. If we unload, it does. There we go. Like so. Or then there's the option of tip side right with this one. Detach from that. Then one with the auger. That's the reason why it says it's a pack. Detach that one. It was the easiest way to bring them all out really. But this one we've got the cover open and close. I like the way it rolls it into the back. Puts it on that little back section, which is quite cool. So this one we got tip side overloading auger, tip side left, tip side right. We put it on auger, and then to bring the auger out, L1 and right stick side to side. It's quite slow, but it would be, I suppose, in real life. But even that, look down the bottom there. As it moves, the wires moving as it goes. That's the hydraulic hoses. It's brilliant. And if you're unloading into something, onto something, there we go. Very cool. Leave that there. And then the last one being the, like I say, it will do your forage crops, so grass, hay, straw, silage, wood chip, sugar cane. Tip side right. Gets myself a bit bogged down, but anyway, there's a lot in there. That's the thing. It's always surprising when you put stuff into a trailer like that, that when you unload it, how much there seems to be of it that's all kind of compacted into the trailer. But there you go. That's cool. The Lizard P93S pack by BlendArt, Kolchozník Jr., TT, Czech Modding, and AgroSketch. Next, we have got, where did I put it? Over here, we've got the John Deere 6M Black Edition. This is by VincoModding. This is 12.58 megabytes download, 12 slots on console. 12? What did I say 12? 21 slots on console. Wow, transpose the digits there. This has got a lot of options with colour choice and stuff, with mattes and glosses and shiny ones. It sounds brilliant as well. It's a really nice tractor. So, this you'll find under vehicles, under small tractors, 105,000 for the base model. We've got 130 horsepower or 140 horsepower option. We've got the option Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, and back. Under Nokian, it's just that tyre choice. Back to Trelleborg then, we've got Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, as we said, then back to Trelleborg. Windows, we've got tinted options, the install film 1, 2, 3, 4, back to standard. Fenders, yes or no. Toolbox, yes or no. Front loader attacher, John Deere, on or off. Main colour, so this is where we got the options. At the moment it's on the matte metal, but there's the grey options as well, but that's more of a satin. If you go down to this end, that matte, and on the black it looks brilliant. I like that. But what I will say, the John Deere on that matte metal, like the satin, I think that looks gorgeous. There's a slightly lighter version, and then you've got this as well. But then there's all of those, there's polished. Yeah, nice options on that for colour choice. I do like that. Inside, we can change the colour as well of the interior of the cab. You can go for, oh, that's a bit much. I thought it would look cool, or be a bit more sensible with it. If you want, we can change the design colour, which is the seat and all the trim. That one wasn't so bad. I think I did that John Deere, but if you want to, it's up to you. Rim colour, again, all those selections with the mattes and polished and various different things if you want. And then a license plate option on there as well. So, let's hop in. Start it up. Sounds right at the moment. Beacons, lights, horn. Now, interestingly, considering you've got the console this side, so most people will get out of the tractor that side, L1, R1 and left stick side to side opens that door, which is interesting. Not that one. Not sure why. Interior, nicely detailed, as you can see, but it's when you drive it. Is it just me? I just like the sound of that. Anyway, that's the John Deere 6M Black Edition. I'm going to say Vinco by VincoMods. Apologies if it's Vinco, but I've been so. Lovely. Next we've got the Fiat 420. This is by Polycount Gregor 96. This is 15.26 megabytes download, 6 slots on console. You'll find this also under small tractors. 5,700, that's all. 42 horsepower. Now, front weight, yes or no? Standard option, broad option. Now, if you look at the rear hub, you've got inverted. So because it inverts the hub and rebolts it, it makes it a wider track. So inverted hub. You've then got inverted rims, four-wheel drive option standard, four-wheel drive broad, four-wheel drive inverted rims, and then back to standard again. Adds a little bit on for the four-wheel drive, but not a huge amount. Main colour, we can have the original Fiat or we can have Fiat Agri red, and license plate option on there as well. Those are your choices. Hop on. Sounds great. Lights. Horn. Brilliant. First person. Lovely. There we go. That's the Fiat 420 by Polycount Gregor 96, which brings me on to the last of the mods-ish for today. And it's these. The Massey Ferguson 3640 by Tailan. I'm sorry if I say this wrong. Magalhães. Erik, Isac, Agro mods. We've got 11 slots for that one, 13 slots for this one. This one has the option of a tracked version, hence the slightly higher slot count. And then we've got the header. I've got the same header on both. It's a 5-metre header, 3 slots for the header. We have got the option on both for cab and all the rest of it, but like I said, on this version there's the option for tracks if you wish. I was actually on my Let's Play on my new one on Balham Road thinking I need a small harvester, a nice little compact harvester, and then this popped up and I thought actually that's not bad. I know it's more of a South American Brazilian type thing, but I do quite like the look of that. Anyway, that being said, you will find it, or them, under harvesters. So out in the end, 3640, 20 grand, that's all. 4,500 litre tank, which isn't too bad. Slot count comes down to 1. And then that one that has the tracked option, 28 grand, a little bit more expensive for the option for the tracks, also 4,500 litres. So options on this, we can have Lizard, Trelleborg, Michelin, PKT, back. And the Lizard, we've got standard, high claw, like rice tyres, used, I do like that as an option, that's pretty cool, or back. Trelleborg, just that. Michelin, just that. BKT, we've got a standard or a wide. Then we've got cabin, original, with a cab. Cabin plus just does the tint, or back to original again. I think I went for that on this version. And then we've got exhaust. So we've got original exhaust, like that. Next exhaust, chromed version, chrome 2, back to original. Antennas, we've got right antenna, left antenna. Sorry, apologise. Right antenna, dual antenna, left antenna or off. Secondary lights we've got on the back here. We can have down in the on the ladder or both on there. Then on the back we've got a chipper for spreading or a spreader, spreaders should I say. Capacity original, this is for the fuel tank, not for the capacity of the actual harvester. So at the moment it's 555 litre fuel tank, or you can have an 800 litre with a little extension tank on the back of that. Rim colour, any one of those. And that's it. I think on this one, all the other options are exactly the same. The difference is on this one, under Lizard, we've got standard, high claw, used, or iron matte, which gives you the tracks. All the other options are exactly the same on it, including cab and lights and all the rest of it. It's just the fact it gives you the tracked option on this one. They're both 100 horsepower, yeah. So let's jump in this and start it up. Oh, that was something to show you. We go to here and go to our headers. Out on the end there, 6 grand, that's all for a 5-metre header. That's pretty good, to be fair. Options on this, there are none. You get it just like that. That's your header. Slot count comes down from 3 to 1. So lights, we've got those extra lights on the back here. Let's turn those off. So lights on, plus the ones on the steps if you've got those. Then extra light on the back. Then we've got the light there for the pipe out. It's nice high pipe as well. I like that. For a small harvester, you can unload into quite high-sided trailers. There's no beacon on it. There's no doors or windows, but if you've got the header attached, L1 and right stick up and down, you can raise and lower the reel like that. We can disable our straw swath or enable it. Nothing actually changes in the back that I can tell when you do that. Interior. Very nice indeed. And obviously on the other version, if you haven't got the cab or you haven't got the cab on this version, it's more exterior and exterior, so first person. So every time. Unfold the harvester. It opens up that little flap there. There we go. Now we can see. So that's that version. The other one I went for the spreader, I guess. The other one hasn't got the cab, so we'll have a look at that as well, because then we can see the first person on this as well. So the tracks, the spreaders on the back, start it up, don't forget to unfold, there we go. So, interior, first person. Go for the back. Yeah, it's just throwing it out more to the sides than all over the place, but it's got an animation on the back of that as well. It's pretty cool, isn't it? That nice little clink, that little clunky sound of the tracks as well. Oh, that's what I was going to show you too. Let's back that up. It's a nice little mod, this. I can get on and show you. I think if it's still there. When I drove across the little ploughed bit behind me, it was the indentations, the tracks left. I just thought it's absolutely brilliant. Is it still there? Oh no, it's gone. I'll have to drive over there. It's because I've been driving other vehicles around to do the mod review. It just looked brilliant. It was one of those small things. I thought, oh, that's cool. I'll remember to show that. And on my notes, skip ahead to night time so you can see the glowing letters. I haven't forgotten. You can kind of see it on the road, on the little sort of concrete bit here. A little bit of a slip there, but we drive across this. I just think it looks brilliant. Look at that. Like I say, it's a small thing. It just made me smile. But anyway, there you go. So it does glow. We got there at the end. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you choose to do. Thanks for watching.